Barbados will host the Caribbean Broadcasting Union's 56th Annual General Assembly under the theme Caribbean Media and the Orange Economy.
Sessions of the Assembly will be held at the Barbados Hilton Resort from August 18th to 20th.
The keynote speaker will be Prime Minister, the Honorable Mia Amor Motley.
Special travel rates are available for delegates via our air partners LIAT 2020.
We invite you to register for this annual General Assembly by completing the form on our site www.caribroadcastunion.org.
See you in Barbados!
Come for CBU, stay for CariFesta, 22nd to 31st August 2025.
Esteemed colleagues, specially invited guests, members of the media, those joining us online, welcome. We are thrilled to have you join us for the media launch of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union's 56th Annual General Assembly and Media Awards. I'm Joel Ford, and I'm delighted to be your host. This year's theme, Caribbean Media and the Orange Economy, coincides beautifully with the number of activities taking place in Barbados, from Regathering, the Season of Emancipation, Crop Over Festival, and to the 15th iteration of CariFesta, and so many more. All of these events rely heavily on our creatives, cultural stakeholders, and support personnel who live and move and have their being within the Orange Economy. To tell you more about the Annual General Assembly, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce the President of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, Mr. Anthony Green.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies, Joel Ford. Also a special welcome to the CEO, NCF, and Festival Director of CariFesta, Ms. Carol Roberts, guest speaker, Kim Butcher, our Secretary General at the CBU, Sonia Gill, is with us. Members of the local organizing committee of the CBU AGA 56, the media fraternity across the Caribbean and indeed the world, our sponsorship partners, and all of you who've joined us for this launch. Good morning. And Joel, you're making it sound as though Barbados is the place to be this summer. And indeed it is. As President and Chair of the CBU Board of Directors, it's truly a pleasure to share with you the highlights of the upcoming 56th CBU Annual General Assembly, the AGA. We invite you to join us at the Barbados Hilton Resort from August 18th to 20th to explore the theme Caribbean Media and the Orange Economy, just before our co-host, the Government of Barbados, welcomes delegations from around the Caribbean for CariFesta 15, starting on August 22nd and running to August 31st. The CBU chose this theme not only because it aligns so well with the upcoming cultural and arts event, but also because of CBU's continued interest in promoting what we describe as the business of media. A lot of attention is given to the skill and creativity of media professionals. But this assembly is an important one to shine a spotlight on ensuring that our indigenous media survives and thrives as an economic sector, and also showcase the role of the media and creative professionals and businesses in making a major contribution to Caribbean economies. The 3 days of the AGA will be chock-a-block, full of activities from media executives and senior managers, practitioners in the arts and culture sector, media equipment and service providers, communications academics, policymakers and regulators, as well as regional and international agencies. We kick off on the 18th with the Delegates Tour. It's a standard and well-appreciated part of the CBU Assembly to showcase the host country, particularly for visiting delegates. So in recent times, you've seen beautiful Tobago, you've seen exceptional Antigua, you've seen, the beautiful Belize, and now you get to experience fantastic Barbados. This year, we'll show you some of the highlights of our country, visiting historic and cultural sites and enjoying attractions, and of course, some Bajan delicacies will be a part of the experience. Don't miss the sugar cakes. That evening, Healthy Caribbean Coalition will host a partners showcase. And after the HCC's engagement with delegates, there will be an opportunity to review exhibitors' displays. We've already confirmed some top media sector entities as part of the showcase. And CBU is particularly pleased to welcome back international satellite provider Eutelsat once again to the Assembly. But there's still time for more to sign on. If you're a media service provider or equipment vendor and you want to have one-on-one discussions with senior management of media houses from the Dutch, English, and Spanish Caribbean, the Partners Showcase on the evening of August 18th is for you. The following day, August 19th, the members of the CBU get down to business, the plenary session, and it's the core event where members are brought up to date on the union's affairs and discuss critical policy matters and conduct elections. That evening, starting at 7 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, we hold our official opening ceremony in the Needham Ballroom of the Hilton Barbados Resort. CBU is honored to have as its keynote speaker the Honorable Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Amor Motley, SCMP. The event will also be addressed by the new regional representative of UNESCO. Happy to welcome Mr. Eric Fault. The pomp and pageantry of the evening will include the induction into the CBU Hall of Fame of 2 new awardees. The final day of the Assembly includes a day of conference sessions where we'll get to delve into the theme of Caribbean media and the orange economy with the help of keynote speaker, Minister of Home Affairs and Information, the Honorable Wilfred Abrams, SCMP, and the Chair of the Barbados Broadcast Authority, Dr. the Honorable Addison Leacock, OR. The Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Kevin Greenidge, will also be with us, and the CEO of Media Insight, Ms. Alison Dimas, traveling from Trinidad to be with us here in Barbados. Moderators, Professor Mike Aline, Professor Emeritus, Department of Recording Industry, Middle Tennessee State University, and Director of the Caribbean School of Media and Communication of the University of the West Indies Mona Campus, Dr. Patrick Pendergrast. Our host for the afternoon session of the conference day will be our partner and category sponsor for the awards, the Caribbean Culture Fund. The finale for the 3 days will be a glittering ceremony on the evening on August 20th. The presentation of the 36th CBU Media Awards, can I say the much anticipated CBU Awards this year being a record year. Nearly 540 entries. Yes, for this year's AGA Awards, and therefore I know many of you from the media fraternity will be watching across the Caribbean and will be here to collect your awards. And that will be followed by an after party with some great local entertainment. If you have an interest in arts and culture, the creative industries, traditional and new media, communication technology, or just want to be a part of celebrating excellence in Caribbean media, the 56th Assembly and the 36th CBU Media Awards are for you. We're pleased to advise that your journey to Barbados can be facilitated by our official air travel partner, LIAT 2020, now serving 12 destinations in the region. LIAT is offering special fares for the AGA delegates. And of course, this will be the perfect time to be in Barbados as we invite you to come for the assembly from August 18th to 20th and stay for CariFesta from August 22nd to 31st. I look forward to seeing you, to welcoming you, to being with you. Come and enjoy Barbados. I thank you.
Hello, I am Alison Dimas. I'm the CEO and founder of Media Insight, and I'm really looking forward to presenting at this year's Caribbean Broadcasting Union's 56th AGM. And the theme for this AGM is Media and Caribbean Arts and Culture. And it's happening in Barbados on August 18th to the 20th. The significance of that date when we're talking about arts and culture and the creative economy is, of course, that will be 2 weeks after Barbados's annual festival, Crop Over, which is a prime example of the highlight of artistic and musical expression. It's a festival. It also draws on tourism. And I'll be focusing on how the media is covering Crop Over Festival, giving you insights into the types of media, whether it be traditional, digital, or social channels. Also, what's the tone of the coverage? Is it positive, negative, neutral? And there'll be many other aspects of media in the context of the creative economy, which is so very important for us in the Caribbean, because of course we are bound with creativity. It's natural raw material. We don't have to import it. And it's so very important, not only for cultural development, but also economic development. So I look forward to seeing you in Barbados, August 18th to the 20th.
And we so look forward to those interesting insights from Media Insight from their CEO, Alison Dimas. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce Ms. Sonia Gill, the Secretary General of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union.
Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, nervous nominees, I'm pleased to announce the nominees for the 36th CBU Media Awards. As my president said just now, 2025 has once again been a record-breaking year, with the CBU Secretariat receiving 551 submissions for 61 categories from 30 organizations representing 11 countries and territories in the Dutch, English, and Spanish Caribbean, as well as a pan-regional entity. That's an increase in entries of 13% compared to last year, which was also a record-breaking year. Support from international development partners, regional organizations, and commercial entities continues to be a welcome feature, with 7 sponsors of what are known as themed categories. Having recognized the valuable return on their investment in previous years, returning sponsors include the Healthy Caribbean Coalition, the Nature Conservancy's Caribbean Division, the Partnership Initiative for Sustainable Land Management, Saidi Consulting Limited, and Sagicor Financial Company Limited. And CBU is happy to welcome 2 new category sponsors for this 36th edition, UNICEF Belize and the Caribbean Culture Fund. This year's competition featured a revamped People's Choice Award dedicated to the best of social media. This year, it was all about the reels. The CBU encouraged votes for this short-form digital content in the categories of news and current affairs, music, comedy and education on the CBU digital platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. A total of 13,339 likes were recorded for the 24 entries submitted from Barbados, Belize, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, as well as San Andres Island, Colombia. For 2025, a new leader in number of nominations is being crowned. The organization that led the pack with 103 nominated entries is Greater Belize Media. For the first time, it edged out the RGR Gleaner Communications Group from Jamaica, which still recorded a healthy total of 95 nominations for its TV, radio, digital, and print services. Jamaica was once again the leading jurisdiction overall, with 112 nominated entries from 5 entities. The competition welcomed 2 new entrants from Jamaica: the online-only organization Our Today, with 6 nominations, and Jamaica's Ministry of Health and Wellness with 1. Also contributing were the Public Broadcasting Corporation of Jamaica, PBCJ, with 7 nominations, and IRI FM with 3 entries on the list. In third place overall was Trinidad and Tobago. It delivered the largest number of entrants, 6 organizations in total, including 2 brand new participants in the competition, Trinidad Newsday and Climate Analytics. The Express newspaper and CCN TV6, both members of the One Caribbean Media Group, together contributed the most from that jurisdiction with 39 nominations from print, television, and radio services. Next in line from the Twin Islands state was public broadcaster TTT Limited with 25 nominations, followed by WESN Content Capital with 16 nominations. And Guardian Media has made a good showing once again with 14 entries nominated. Barbados will be well represented on the night of the awards gala in Bridgetown, with 4 locally based media organizations garnering a total of 55 nominations. The leading in number was the Government Information Service with 24 nominated entries, followed by the Nation Group's print and radio services, Nation newspaper and Starcom Network, together capturing 16. National Television Service, CBC, was only 1 entry behind with 15 nominations. Guyana put forward the largest number of entrants from that country in recent memory with 3 media houses, one of them brand new to the competition, the Guyana Chronicle. All told, the Guyanese entrants, which included CBU members, Newsroom Inc. and National Communications Network, garnered 28 nominations. Antigua and Barbuda's 2 entrants together delivered 8 nominated entries, and ABS in particular had a creditable showing as the 2023 awards host and celebrating its 60th anniversary in 2025 with 4 nominations. Brand new to the competition was Radio Turks and Caicos with 2 nominations, and returning after a hiatus was NBC of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, also with 2 nominated entries. Also ramping up its participation after a few years of lower activity was traditional powerhouse Cuba. ICS captured 18 nominations, and our other Spanish-speaking CBU member, Teleislas Channel of San Andres Island, made its mark with 6 nominated entries. The Dutch-speaking Caribbean is also represented on this year's list with 3 nominated entries from ATV Telesur, based in Suriname. Last on that list, but with a strong showing, is the Caribbean Investigative Journalism Network. The pan-regional entity has achieved 3 nominations this year. And to assist those who want to attend the awards gala in person, conference registration is once again being waived for all nominees in this year's awards competition. All nominees who want to take up this offer, valued at US $300 per person, should contact us at our CBU Media Awards at caribroadcastunion.org email address and request a discount code. The complete list of nominees, as well as how to register for the AGA, is going to be on the CBU website from June 10 until the day of the awards. Go to www.caribroadcastunion.org. And so, we look forward to the presentation of trophies at a gala event at the Hilton Barbados Resort on the evening of August 20. In anticipation of that night, let me extend the very best to all the nominees in the 36 CBU Media Awards.
Imagine an economy bursting with color, creativity, and endless possibilities. That's the orange economy, and it's powering nearly 50 billion US dollars into the heart and soul of the Caribbean each year. So what of Caribbean media and the orange economy? Public service media is right at the core, and if it isn't, it should be. Fueling culture, innovation, and economic growth across Barbados and the entire Caribbean. For over 50 vibrant years, the Caribbean Broadcasting Union has been the voice, the vision, and the storyteller of our islands, spanning the Dutch, English, French, and Spanish Caribbean. But today, our Indigenous media must step into an even brighter spotlight, becoming the driving force behind our creative industries and our Caribbean identities. I'm inviting you to join me to explore how Barbados and Caribbean media can unlock the true potential of our creativity. We'll explore how thriving media means thriving economies, flourishing cultures, and empowered communities. Be part of shaping the Caribbean's creative future. Join the dialogue at the 6th Caribbean Broadcasting Union Annual General Assembly on August 20th, 2025. Let's move beyond imagination and make creativity our reality, where heritage fuels identity, creativity meets opportunity, and our collective stories empower our national pride. It's time for ideas to ignite change together.
And we now have the pleasure of hearing from our special guest speaker this morning, Ms. Kim Butcher, a creative and cultural entrepreneur who has used the media, both social, digital, and legacy media, in order to advance her brand.
Thank you so much, Joel. Good morning, distinguished guests, representatives of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, valued partners, members of the media, colleagues, and the creative and cultural industries. It is truly an honor to be here with you today at the launch of the 56th Annual General Assembly for the Caribbean Broadcasting Union. I'm especially grateful for the opportunity to contribute to this year's theme, Caribbean Media and the Orange Economy, which sits at the heart of my lived experience as a creative and cultural entrepreneur, and as a brand builder for the region. My name is Kim Butcher, and I am the founder of Okoye by Kim, a lifestyle and storytelling brand based in Barbados. I started Okoye in 2021 in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, during a time when so many of us were forced to reimagine what survival and sustainability looks like, not only financially, but emotionally, creatively, and culturally. I leaned into my skills, design, storytelling, and relationship building. And more importantly, I leaned into the purpose that I felt. I wanted to create a brand that not only dressed Caribbean women, but celebrated them. Strong, full-bodied, expressive women who deserve to feel confident and respected in the spaces they move through. Our signature Obi belts were designed with them in mind. Reversible, sustainable, bold, functional, just like the women who wear them. But even from the beginning, I knew Okoye was more than a fashion brand. It was a platform for visibility, it was a voice, and it was media that made that voice possible. In 2022, I launched a television series called Buy From Bohe, first as an idea to give back to the entrepreneurial community that supported me. The idea quickly became a full-fledged media project. We produced 2 seasons, which were piloted and broadcast on our national television station, CBC, during prime time. The series featured more than 100 micro-entrepreneurs across 7 sectors, introducing fashion, culinary arts, wellness, publishing, visual arts, craft, and services. No fancy sets, no big crews, just real people, real conversations, real purpose. It was media at work, not just for my brand, but for an entire network of emerging creatives and business owners who, like me, had to pivot as a response to the crisis. Media was giving us visibility, but more importantly, it was giving us legitimacy. Many of the entrepreneurs that were featured were working out of kitchens, their living rooms, or shared spaces. But once they appeared on national television, wearing and showcasing their products, once the public saw them, heard them, connected with them, they became more than side hustlers. They became credible players in the creative economy. As for me, I was able to wear my brand on national television during prime time. As a designer, as a host, as a storyteller, that wasn't just exposure, that was empowerment. The ownership of a narrative and an image, that is Caribbean media doing what it does best, amplifying authenticity. We often speak of the creative economy in terms of talent and creativity, but creativity alone is not enough. The creative economy needs structure, it needs support, and the most powerful systems we have is media. Media is how we take a product or an idea and position it for visibility. Media is how we shape perceptions and attract investment. Media is how we move our stories from bedrooms to boardrooms, from passion to purpose to profit. And critically, media is how we say to the world and to ourselves, we are worthy. Building on the impact of Buy From Bohe, I have launched a new project called My Voice is My Visa. It's rooted in the belief that regional integration doesn't start from trade agreements, it starts from trust. Trust in building storytelling. This initiative brings creatives from across the Caribbean into honest, vulnerable, cross-border conversations about what we're building, what we're losing, and what we're dreaming of. It's about making space for friendship before partnership, story before strategy. This is what I understand as the human side of the orange economy, and it's what continues to guide my work. If there's one thing I've learned, is that media isn't just a platform, it's a lifeline for small business owners, for artists, for the cultural bearer, for a girl with a big idea, no funding, but with a very big voice. When we invest in media that reflects us, respects us, and reaches us, we're not just growing an audience, we're growing impact. We're building bridges, we're creating belonging, and we're empowering the next generation of Caribbean creatives to dream bigger, to reach further, and to stand taller. Thank you to the Caribbean Broadcasting Union for continuing to be one of those bridges. Thank you for the opportunity to share, and most importantly, thank you for the work that you do every day to amplify Caribbean voices. Let's continue to tell our stories that matter and that move us forward. Thank you very much.
Right here in our Performing Arts Theatre, we've invested in something powerful, the orange economy. Across the Caribbean, creativity isn't just culture anymore, it's serious economics. And we've invested in this Frank Collymore Hall and it's paying dividends. When we support a filmmaker, a fashion designer, we are backing entrepreneurs who create jobs, and who put Caribbean talent on the global stage. Our investment in this theater, in the visual arts, in literary programs, they are generating measurable economic impact. But the orange economy needs your support. It needs proper support, better financing. It needs stronger intellectual property protection. It needs innovative policy, and it needs AI integration. Join me August 20th at the Caribbean Broadcasting Union's General Assembly right here in Barbados. Let's discuss how we in the media can catalyze our creative industries and bring a more prosperous Caribbean. Because investing in Caribbean creativity means investing in Caribbean prosperity.
And we are really looking forward to the Governor of the Central Bank of Barbados, Dr. Kevin Greenidge, joining us on Conference Day. And now I now introduce the Festival Director for CariFesta 15, Ms. Carol Roberts, who's going to tell us about the most fabulous 10 days on the calendar anywhere in the region in August. Carol?
Thank you very much, Joel. I may have to disappoint you, but here we go. Good morning, distinguished delegates of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, esteemed colleagues and friends. It really is a profound honor to stand before you today in our beautiful Barbados, a nation pulsating with the vibrant rhythms of our Caribbean culture. As Chief Executive Officer of the National Cultural Foundation and Festival Director for CariFesta 15 in Barbados, I am particularly thrilled that this annual General Assembly meeting coincides with Barbados's preparations to host the region's largest cultural and arts festival. This convergence creates an exceptionally timely and pertinent space for us to delve into a topic of immense significance to us and the world, media and the orange economy. Let's think of our music, our films, our literature, our vibrant visual arts, our fashion, our culinary traditions, our festivals like Cropover and CariFesta and Carnival and Junkanoo, and even our digital content creation. In the Caribbean, the orange economy is our innate genius, our ancestral heritage come alive, our contemporary expression reimagined always, all transformed into tangible economic value. It is the color of our sunshine, our zest, our spirit, and our boundless imagination. Barbados' role as the host of CariFesta 15 provides an unparalleled backdrop for this discussion. CariFesta is not merely a celebration. It is a powerful demonstration of the orange economy in action, long before we had coined the term orange economy. It showcases the immense talent within our region. It facilitates cultural exchanges, and crucially, it generates economic activity through tourism, event management, craft sales and trade, and artistic performances. This makes it an ideal moment to explore how the media, as a powerful amplifier and facilitator, can further unlock the vast potential of our creative industries. The media's role in telling Caribbean stories in meaningful ways is paramount. It always has been. And for too long, our narratives have been filtered, sensationalized, or just simply overlooked by external forces. We, as Caribbean broadcasters and content creators, have the responsibility and, dare I say, the privilege to authentically portray our diverse cultures, our struggles, our triumphs, our resilience, and our unique perspectives. Now, this means moving beyond stereotypes and embracing the complexity and richness of our societies. We must know who we are, and that must not just be a phrase. It means highlighting our innovators, our entrepreneurs, our everyday heroes, and that beauty that exists in our unique blend of traditions and modernity. Meaningful storytelling builds bridges, fosters understanding, and critically creates an appetite for Caribbean content, driving demand within the orange economy. And so we must get to the point where we're not creating content for the Caribbean, we are creating content from the Caribbean for the world. This leads us to the heart of the matter, the role of the media in using the orange economy to empower and enrich lives. Media platforms, whether traditional broadcasting, digital streaming, or social media, are powerful conduits for market access, promotion, and education. By showcasing our artists, designers, musicians, and filmmakers, our chefs and cooks, and so many more, we open doors to new audiences and new revenue streams. We can provide platforms for talent to be discovered, for products to be sold, and for ideas to germinate. Furthermore, the media can educate our communities the world over about the economic opportunities within the creative sector, inspiring new generations to pursue careers in areas that were once seen as mere hobbies. Just imagine a young designer from the Caribbean gaining international recognition through a well-produced documentary, or a Grenadian storyteller reaching global audiences via an online platform, or a young girl growing up in Westbury Road, flying kites in the Westbury Cemetery and dreaming of being a superstar. Hey, it is possible. This is the transformative power of media in the orange economy. However, the effectiveness of this empowerment hinges on what makes for good content and what doesn't. Good content in the orange economy, regardless of its origin, is authentic, high quality, and resonates with its intended audience. It is culturally relevant, thought-provoking, and more often than not, entertaining. It respects intellectual property rights and fairly compensates creators. So what doesn't make for good content? And let's call a spade, as my grandmother would say. Anything that is derivative, exploitative in a negative way, poorly produced, or perpetuates harmful stereotypes instead of promoting diversity. It is content that lacks originality, fails to connect with our unique identity, or sacrifices quality for quick gains. As media professionals, we must be the gatekeepers of quality and integrity, ensuring that the content we broadcast or disseminate truly serves to elevate our creative industries and our people. This new and almost limitless digital space has blurred the lines of qualifications, standards, and best practices as we knew them. And yes, I count myself among that new, after 42 years in this industry. But we should not be daunted or defeatist in approach. This is where our centuries-old resilience and sense of purpose actually become paramount. We can do this intentionally, creatively, and transformatively. In this pursuit, staying true and authentic to Caribbean identity is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. Our unique cultural tapestry is our greatest asset. It is the bedrock upon which our orange economy thrives. And so we must resist the temptation to dilute our identity to appeal to broader markets. We. Instead, we should lean into our distinctiveness, our accents, our folklore, our rhythms, our vibrant colors, our resilience, our humor, our traditions, our rituals. This authenticity is what makes our stories compelling and our creative products unique on the global stage. And where we can't compete in terms of size and volume, we can compete in terms of excellence and imagination and magic. It is our competitive advantage in a world increasingly seeking genuine cultural experiences. Now, as we navigate this exciting landscape, we must also acknowledge the rapidly increasing influence of artificial intelligence on the origin economy. AI presents both incredible opportunities and significant challenges. On the positive side, AI tools can revolutionize content creation, from generating initial script ideas and composing musical scores to animating visual effects and streamlining production workflows. AI can assist with market research, identifying trends, and even personalizing content delivery, enabling our creative products to reach the right audiences more efficiently. For instance, AI-powered translation tools can break down language barriers, allowing our stories to resonate globally without losing their essence. However, the rise of AI also brings potential negatives. Concerns about copyright and intellectual property, infringement, and others are paramount, especially when AI models are trained on existing creative works without proper attribution or compensation. There's also the risk of algorithmic bias, where AI might inadvertently perpetuate stereotypes or favor certain aesthetics, potentially stifling genuine Caribbean creativity. Furthermore, the rapid automation of certain creative tasks could lead to job displacement if we are not protective and proactive in reskilling and adapting our workforce as required. We must ensure that AI serves as a tool to augment human creativity, not replace it, and that its application benefits Caribbean creators, not just large corporations. To coin a phrase I was told recently, we must work smart. But in our application of AI tools, what we bring is what no computer, no digital application or tool can do. We bring the soul to the creativity. This brings us to a critical point: how the integrity of the media should be guarded and protected as the application of AI tools rapidly increases. As broadcasters and content creators, our responsibility to ethical journalism and authentic storytelling is more vital than ever. We must implement clear guidelines for the use of AI in content creation, ensuring transparency with our audiences about what is AI generated and what is human created. We must prioritize fact-checking and accuracy, guarding against the proliferation of misinformation and deep fakes. Our commitment to responsible AI deployment will be crucial in maintaining trust with our audiences and preserving the credibility of the media itself. We must advocate at the highest level for policies and frameworks that ensure AI development in the creative sector is ethical, equitable, and respects the rights of artists and creators. And finally, let us respect and acknowledge the realities of thriving in the orange economy. It is not always glamorous. It requires hard work, dedication, business acumen, and a willingness to innovate, just like any other sector. It demands investment in training, infrastructure, and intellectual property protection. It calls for collaboration, not just competition, among creative professionals and across national borders. As the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, you have a pivotal role to play in fostering these collaborations, advocating for supportive policies, and providing the platforms necessary for our orange economy to flourish. And so in closing, the orange economy is the future of our region. There is no doubt about that. It is where our heritage meets innovation, where our culture translates into prosperity for us all. The media is not just a witness to this evolution, it is the fundamental driver. By embracing our authenticity, investing in quality content, and navigating the technological landscape with integrity, we can empower our artists, enrich our communities, and tell our unique Caribbean stories to the world, securing a vibrant and prosperous future for generations to come. I take this opportunity to thank the President and Secretary General for this much appreciated invitation to share just some of my thoughts, and I wish all nominees the best of luck. You are seen, you are valued, and your work matters. Thank you.
Hello to my dear Caribbean family and friends of the Caribbean the world over. This is your sister inviting you to CariFesta, the most spectacular, exquisite festival of the Caribbean arts ever. After a 6-year hiatus due to the COVID pandemic, we are hyped and ready to celebrate the sheer joy of being Caribbean. The government and people of Barbados, my friends, have the honor of hosting the 15th edition of CariFesta from the 22nd of August to the 31st of August of this year. I can assure you that we are hard at work here and that it will be beyond your expectations. The climate crisis, my friends, coupled with global economic uncertainties and the terrors of war and rumors of war, have become staples, regrettably, of our daily diet in the last few years. And in the face of these challenges, we can sometimes feel completely helpless. Yet we also know well the deep sources of our own power, the power which on the most difficult days helps us to get up, rise up, take a few steps, and face the world, ready to engage, come what may. Like a promise eternally fulfilled, joy always, always comes in the morning. This is the resilience that defines us as people of the Caribbean. We are no ordinary people nor no ordinary generation. We carry the DNA of ancestors who survived the very worst with a heroism and a heroism that ensured that their children, grandchildren, and great-great-great-grandchildren would one day be carried safely ashore to a world of freedom with respect for their humanity. It is at times like this when we still quietly grieve for the thousands of loved ones lost to a pandemic. And when, try as we can, we just can't find firm ground under our feet, that we turn to each other, hold hands, look each other in the eye, and rediscover our inherent capacity for a joy that soothes our pain and opens our hearts to the magical powers of hope. It is this tradition of resilience, my friends, that has and continues to sustain and inspire us to give of our very best. This is why CariFesta 15 will be no ordinary festival. We intend to be true to our theme of Caribbean roots, global excellence, as we reflect on and celebrate and showcase who we truly are. What it will be is the explosive unleashing of the grand reservoir of Caribbean creativity and capacity for celebration. Yes, yes, we have earned this moment, and we must claim it. CariFesta will commemorate where we've come from, where we are at this moment in time, and where we're going on our road to transformation. I want to therefore invite you to join us here in Barbados from August 22nd to August 31st for CariFesta 15. Bring your music, your art, your craft, your dancing, your drama, your food, your drink, your stories, your ideas, your experience, your laughter, your joy, and of course, your love. Bring it all in together. Let us share it with the world. As we would say here at home, miss it and blame yourself. I hope to see you there.
And we are truly looking forward to hosting CariFesta here in Barbados for the third time. I'm going to have a word with the festival director after this and ask her if there are going to be any CariFesta loans, because trust me, in 2017, I broke the bank at the Grand Market. And now to bring our formal presentations to a close, please welcome back the President of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, Mr. Anthony Green.
Having heard all we've heard today, it's just left for me to say a sincere thank you to the presenters of this event, Miss Kim Butcher, entrepreneur and media maven. You were fantastic, Kim. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. And of course, our Secretary General, Sonia Gill, as well as Miss Jewel Ford, communications consultant, both ladies of media people for years, excellent at what they do, and great to have them as well. I want to extend special thank you to Miss Carol Roberts, excuse me, Festival Director of Cari Festa 15, for her insights on the festival, which so neatly aligns with the CBU 56 AGA's exploration of Caribbean media and the orange economy. And if you paid attention, she kept on saying we, because she can't help but be one of us, of course. We are pleased to have our partners help us explore the critical link between a healthy creative sector and healthy Caribbean economies. And that in mind, let me highlight that the events planned for Barbados this August will attract the attention of the entire region and present a number of high-value visibility opportunities. If your organization wants to reach and engage audiences on radio, television, print, and digital platforms throughout the Caribbean, Spanish, Dutch, English speaking, there is still time to partner with CBU for this year's assembly and the awards, as well as with the Barbados government as host of Cari Festa. We'll share more with you on the partnership opportunities at the close of this event. Whether you've joined us here in person or you're experiencing this event through the wonder of media and communications technology, it's been a pleasure to have you as part of this launch of the 56th CBU Assembly, co-hosted by the government of Barbados. Let me end by issuing an invitation to come for the CBU Assembly and stay for Cari Festa. Thank you.
For over 50 years, the Caribbean Broadcasting Union has united the region's media, reaching over 60 million people across the Caribbean through radio, TV, print, and digital. We are a strong network of media organizations, regulators, and producers working to build the industry and promote media rights. Our key events, the CBU Media Awards and the Annual General Assembly, are where connections are made and the future of media is shaped. This year, our signature event, the 56th CBU Annual General Assembly, will be held in Barbados from August 18th to 20th, and it is going to be extra special as the theme is the media and the orange economy. The orange economy is not just a catch-all phrase. It's where our creative industries, arts, culture, and innovation connect. An economic platform vital for driving growth and opening up incredible new opportunities for budding creatives in the Caribbean. We are thrilled that this year's keynote speaker will be the Honorable Mia Amor Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados, and who has placed the Ministry of Culture strategically under her office. So if you want your brand seen by top media professionals and executives, then partner with the Caribbean Broadcasting Union. You can reach a huge audience and align with the most influential media group in the Caribbean. We're talking radio, TV, print, and digital, reaching over 60 million people across the Dutch, English, French, and Spanish-speaking Caribbean. We deliver audiences. This is an opportunity to meet decision makers and influencers from media, government, and education, get brand visibility across our channels, and engage directly with senior executives at our assembly. Boost your brand's credibility and make valuable connections. Ready to elevate your brand and engage the region? Then join us for the 56th CBU Annual General Assembly in beautiful Barbados from August 18th to 20th. Let's talk about partnering for success. For more information, visit our website at caribbeanbroadcastunion.org to learn more. And that concludes the formal presentations for the media launch of the CBU 56th Annual General Assembly. We hope you found the information insightful and engaging, and you're excited to come to Barbados for the Caribbean Broadcasting Union's 56th Annual General Assembly and 36th Annual Media Awards. And please, stay on for Cari Festa.